Hi guys, good morning. So it's freezing cold at the moment, the temperature suddenly dropped below freezing, but I still want to make this video as a tribute and a big hands up to my mate Tristan. You might know him as the drifting Viking with his E46 and who knows his BMWs way better than I do. Because while I'm busy on the skyline, he came over and took my Azure to his place to fiddle around on her. No questions asked. I just brought her back yesterday and whoa, the car has really evolved from a budget drifter to badass. So let me show you how he worked his magic, and again, a big thank you to Tristan. Walking up to the car from behind, the first thing you see straight away is this massive exhaust pipe that just starts screaming at your face. And the fun fact is that this pipe actually came from my S14. It was lying on my pile of scrap metal, and Tristan had his genius idea to salvage and adapt it so we could mount it on Azure. And I'm really happy he did, because this makes the 6-cylinder sound so much better. Just listen to this. While he was underneath the car to get the exhaust on, he also took the time to put together this massive bash bar. He also added a central jacking point, which makes it so much easier at the track just to get the car off the ground, to change tires, axles, diff. Makes life so much easier. He also got, we already got a welded diff. He also took the bushings out and got them replaced with new bushings. The car underneath just got a complete revision. Another thing that looks insignificant small, but which adds so much more comfort to the car, are these quick release latches that I have now on both sides. I don't know if you ever noticed, but on a BMW Compact, you don't have a keyhole to open the boot. The only thing you have is this little latch here on the bottom of the trunk. But if, like me, you disconnect your battery each time when you stop driving the car, well, this little latch, which is electronic, not mechanical, doesn't work anymore. So what I had to do every time was crawl from the front over the seats to get in the trunk. By the way, you have noticed these little Christmas lights. That's for an upcoming event, more in the next video. But like I said, every time I had to crawl from the front over the back seats into the trunk to connect the battery to be able to open the boot. So that's solved now. Talking about comfort, I was always complaining that the rear was too soft. The car was just always jumping around everywhere. So now Tristan heard me and he stiffened up the rear suspension. And when I mean stiffen up, now it's really rock hard. So going inside of the car, we made some adjustments to the 4-point harness because we added an extra buckle for a scratch support. Like this, I will be held more firm into the car or into the bucket seat. We did the same thing for the passenger, and we even added some feet support just to make it more comfortable for the passengers to drive along. Just added a little gimmick, a little badge, 6 cylinders, which refers to the 6 cylinders inside of the engine. I think it's quite hilarious. On the doors, we mounted some hinges. So like this. Before, when I was buckled in my seat, it was too hard to reach for the doors to get them closed. With this, it's easier to reach them and to close them. And another thing, before I forget, he made some adjustments to the sliders, like little barbarian, but it is now The bucket seats are not fixed anymore. I can slide them backward or forward just to get a better driving position. Looking at the side of the car, something you remark straight away are these big dish front wheels. Actually, these are original BMW Steelies, but what Tristan did is he's cut out the center of the wheel, he flipped it over, making the inside of the wheel now being the external side. This is why we had to add an extra valve there. The reason why we do this, when you set up your car and you make the front wider than the rear, what you get is more stability. If you would do it the opposite way, your car will break out more easily, but you lose a lot of stability in the front. And since we're most of the time driving on wet surfaces, I like to have a little bit more stability in the front than the car breaking out. On wet, it's easy to get the rear breaking out. Another thing what I'm really stoked about and I would love to try on the track is this big angle kit he manufactured me. Normal wise standard car, if you turn the wheels, this is the amount of angle that your front wheels will take. But with this big angle kit, look how much further it is. So with this, it will be much easier to make really big angle lifts. The way it does this is a little bit unconventional and more redneck style, but when you look inside of the wheel, you get the tie rod which is connected to the axle, and what it does is just it cuts off the connection point, moves it more to the front of the axle, and like this you get more steering rack. So at first I was a little bit hesitating about doing this because you need to cut it, weld it all back together and make sure that everything has the same strength as before, but he's been doing it for years and it seems to hold. So like this, no need to spend thousands of euros on a big angle kit, and it ain't stupid if it works. Right guys, final chapter of the build, let's take it to the front. Check this out, I have headlights again. So last time when I went out for drifting, I hit another car and I smashed all the headlights. I had to take them out because all the brackets were broken. But Tristan managed to get them back in. He made some custom brackets for the headlights. Only thing I'm still missing on this side is the blinker. We made a little temporary fix with a stupid bottle. We just cut it out, got a bulb inside, so I just have indicators, but yeah, I still need to find somewhere an indicator unit, but that's for next year. Inside the engine compartment, let's quickly open her up. So we still have our trustworthy 6-cylinder 2.5 liters. We didn't change a lot on the engine, just everything that was necessary for maintenance, spark plugs, oils, filters. So she's ready to go. What we did was we freed up a lot of space because, well, around the engine there were a lot of plastics, the AC compressor that was taking a lot of space, all the lines. So all of that we got rid of, so the engine is a little bit more free. We mounted a bigger spall or a cooling fan because I have some serious issues with this thing always overheating on the track. So with this, hopefully everything will be solved. And then if you take it more in between here, you can see she also got a bash bar. A bit easier to see from here. Also with the central jacking point to get the front of the ground. But with this, everything will be a little bit more safe and secure. I won't be crushing the radiator or anything in between in case that I decide to hit another car or another wall. Alright you guys, so that's it for today's video. Sun is going under, I don't know how much more time I have left to record. Anyway, I'm really excited to go find out how this car behaves now on the track. Before we wrap it up, I just want to make one final disclaimer, because winter is coming, roads are going to be slippery, and I know lots of you guys are going to want to try out your cars. Just let me tell you, do it in a responsible way. I'm not a Karen who's going to forbid you to do it in a parking lot. I've done it myself, but just try not to do it in the city centers, on the roundabouts. Drifting, motorsports in general already have a very bad reputation, and just don't go ruin it for everybody. So I know it's important that you go out on a parking lot, just try out your car, feel how it feels when it starts to slide, and learn how to anticipate and get the right reactions. I think it's very important, but like I said, do it in a responsible way. So with that out of the way, I wish you all a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year. Go celebrate with your family, friends, loved ones, and we will see us back in 2026. Love you all, guys. Bye.